96. This is the championship winning for Aprilia from Sebastian Porco, Aprilia, and David Bulega Aprilia. So Aprilia's taken the top 6 places. In 10th place, Britain's Jason Vincent on the Paget's Honda. So just an update there. I won't be bringing you that race, but we are now going straight to the Superbikes, the Euro Open Superbike Round 1. Of course, these Superbikes, 4-stroke bikes, and as with the 125s, they get a bye into the World Superbike Championship. Point scoring as the other races here, 25 for first, 20 for second, 16 for third. So not such a big entry for this race. 17 bikes lining up on the grid. Main reason being there's a German round very close after this, and it's a long way to trek, right the way down to the south of Spain for a lot of these bikers. So quite a lot of people missing it in favour of getting ready for the opening German rounds. What a great start there. That man flying off into the lead, Marco Binelli, the Italian on the Ducati, but almost immediately he's passed again by Mauro Mastrelli on the Checo Ducati. So Honda, Ducati, Suzuki, Kawasaki all mixed up in this opening round of the Superbike series. Yamaha in there as well, we see 17 bikes, and ahead of them 20 laps of the Jerez circuit, the Formula One circuit, the bike racing circuit in the World Championships. So Mauro Mastrelli firmly in front at the moment from Marco Binelli. The Italians to the top. What a difference in riding style between these superbikes and the 125s we've been watching. The Mobile Team riders, brothers Eustachio and Idalio Gavira, looking for a great result here. They started side by side on the front row of the grid. We saw Binelli though pass between them and Mastrelli. Now stringing out around the Jerez circuit. Number 1 there, Idalio Gavira. Number 2, his brother Eustachio. I suppose Eustace we'd call him in England. But it's Gavira in the lead at the moment. It's changed around again around the back. So there is Eustachio Gavira leading from Marco Binelli. And look at Idalio Gavira right head down there, but number 4 coming through there, Mauro Mastrelli again, the man on pole position in the Ducati, can't quite do it, gets his nose chopped off and he nearly comes off the bike, gets a bit of a tank slapper on there, that's cost him some places. Over enthusiasm there at fighting to keep off one of the Gavira brothers. Both the Gavira riders on Mobile One Hondas. Second place battle as this man, Eustachio Gavira, moves further and further ahead. Marco Binelli looking over his shoulder. Oh, and this time Mastrelli gets it right. He comes through on the inside of Idalio Gavira. Makes no mistake. And in 5th place at the moment, Telmo Pereira from Portugal on the Team Suzuki. Shell-backed Suzuki. Idalio Gavira goes through now on the inside of Marco Binelli, the Ducati rider, giving way to the Honda rider, and look how Gavira just pulls away again. Mauro Mastrelli on the number 4. Ducati. But this is our race leader still. Honda mounted. Eustachio Gavira. Mastrelli. Idalio Gavira. 18 laps still to go in this 20-lap race. And Marco Binelli, the man who made such a good start on the Topco Ducati, just playing a waiting game perhaps there. Interesting, about 1 second between the performance of these superbikes and the 125s we've seen. Australia's pole was at 1:49.54. In the 125, we saw a best lap by Martinez of 1:50.88. Thunder of the superbikes as Mastrelli brakes hard for the bottom hairpin, and right on his tail now he's got Idalio Gavira. Says Ducati from Honda. But it's going to change very quickly, I think. Mastrelli really being pressured now by the second of the mobile Honda riders, the two brothers. I'd love to take a 1-2 on this opening European Superbike Championship round. Again, a combination of last year's Ducados Spanish Series and the lesser-known European Championship, but a big move to make this more popular now. Dorna and Maurizio Flamini having joined forces to promote and present this second level, just below Grand Prix of European racing. And look at this, what a battle going on between Mastrelli. Oh, he's down, Mastrelli goes down. Oh, it's just drops the bike, follows it in. Well, that spoiled his chances. No, he's not going to pick it up, he's just walking away, he's had enough. So, third lap, Mauro Mastrelli goes down. Let's see what happened again. Well, he starts to get a bit of a wobble on, loses the front, down goes the bike, he goes with it. No harm done to him, and probably not a lot of damage done to the bike, but he said, no, that's it. Not having any more of that. Well, this, of course, leaves the two brothers, first and second in the race, Eustacio Gavira and Idalio Gavira on the Mobile 1 SRT Hondas, two Spanish riders, with a handsome 1-2 on this opening Superbike round. Marco Bonelli, we're looking for him in third place. That big yellow Ducati. Race leader, Eustacio. Ducados last year dominated by Yamaha, Gregorio Lavilla winning the series, but Idalio Gavira, man in second place at the moment, finishing second in the championship, had 3 wins, one at Jerez twice and at Albacete once. His brother had a second place at the final round at Albacete, so they've already done it once this year. Once last year, rather, a 1-2 for the brothers, wanting to do it again. Big battles going on behind here. Telmo Pereira there, getting a bit of a wobble on the front there on his Team Suzuki bike. David Vasquez on the Retis Ducati, number 5. And also in that group, climbing over each other, Yves Matti from Switzerland on his Ducati, and Bernard Heingele of Switzerland also right behind with his Honda. So battle royal going on for this 4th place at the moment. The Gavira brothers leading from Marco Bonelli. Yves Matti on the 15 bike, Heingele on the 21. These two Swiss riders, in fact, the only non-Latin riders to make this journey down to Spain. All the others coming from Spain, Italy, Portugal. Well, 3 laps still to go in this race. Jumping quite a way ahead now. Little change in the order. These 4-5 bikes fighting out this 4th place behind Bonelli. But the brothers have got themselves a 23-second lead over Marco Bonelli. So Gavira Istacchio and Idalio going ahead on the Hondas. Bonelli a very lonely third at the moment, and 5 seconds behind him, Telmo Pereira on the Shell bike here, the number 14 Team Suzuki Shell entry. In 4th place, still holding off his battle, David Vasquez, Yves Matti and Bernard Hangeli. Incidentally, Kenny Roberts watching this race. His son, Curtis, youngest son, was in the 250 race earlier. Kenny Roberts, 3 times 500 world champion, and of course running the factory Yamaha teams now. He has just opened a training camp, a dirt track training camp in nearby Barcelona. He opened it at the end of last year, and taking the chance to pop over to Jerez, have a look at the best in European Championship racing, especially in this fine weather of last weekend. Yves Matti, Team Checo Ducati there. But still Telmo Pereira, the Portuguese rider, Team Suzuki Shell, has this little battle well under control in 4th place. 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th all in the picture there. David Vasquez would dearly love to push through in the Retis Ducati, as would the 2 Swiss riders right behind, Ducati and Honda. But it's Honda and Honda out front, 2 laps to go. Main interest in the race now centering on this fight. Incidentally, Eustacio Gaviria has just set the fastest lap at 1:49.97. Not quite beating Mauro Mistrelli's pole time of 1:49.54, but close enough, just proving that race conditions obviously a little bit better than they had been for qualifying yesterday. And still watching this 4th place battle. Marco Bonelli, we haven't seen a long while on the Ducati. Very lonely 3rd place, as we said. And the 2 brothers well out ahead, separated by 3.5 seconds. Catching up back markers, Jan-Olaf Noteng there from Spain on the Lucky Strike Suzuki as they go into the final lap. There's our race leaders. Just saw Eustacio Gaviria on the number 2 Honda going through. This is Idalio Gaviria. They finished last year at Albacete, as we said, 1-2. It's Idalio who won there from Eustacio. Now it's the other way round. Perhaps they drew lots before the race, decided that's how it should be. But these 2 brothers set to dominate the European Championship early in the season, get those points piling up. 25 for the winner, 20 for second. Quick look over the shoulder. By the race leader. There's the brother coming through at the back. Big group of bikes there. Eduardo Paulo, Jan-Olaf Noteng and Paolo Malvini all having their own race for 10th place. The Gaviria E from Gaviria I. Both mobile Hondas. Just a few hundred meters to go to take victory here at Jerez in the opening European Championship round. Race leader. Final hairpin, which brings you in front of the pits. Oh, and he pulls a wheelie to show his approval of this first victory of the checker flag out. Second place, his brother on the number 1 bike there, just passing a lot of back markers. And in 3rd place at last, there he is, the bright yellow Marco Bonelli on the Top Coat Ducati. So it's a Spanish double with Italy third. Honda, Ducati. Finishing in fourth place, Telmo Pereira, Team Suzuki Shell, David Vasquez for Ducati, Yves Matti for Ducati, and Bernard Heingelli for Honda. The Swiss bring up those 2 places. There's a very delighted David Vasquez. He loves his 5th place, obviously. Spanish rider acknowledging the cheers of the crowd. So perhaps not the closest of racing we've seen on the old Ducados series, but a lot more superbikes will be ready for the next round. There's the final results. No Brits racing in either discipline this weekend. We'll look forward to them joining us soon. Eurosport will be back with coverage of the series. Well, there's confirmation. March 12th, 1800 Central European time. That, of course, is 5 o'clock in the afternoon, British time. Second round of the series from Cartagena. This has been Mark Cole. Hope you enjoyed our opening European Open Championship coverage. See you soon.
Up to the big boys. And I'm afraid the grid slightly smaller capacity for the superbikes. Not to worry. Estacio Javira on pole position. You saw him there. He's machine number 2. David Vasquez alongside him on the grid, and you're looking there at Idalio Javira on the number 1 machine. And a very different sound as the red lights go to green from the 2 strokes. Down they go, Vasquez on 5, leading them into the first corner on his Ducati. And sweeping deep around the outside, Estacio Javira on number 2 on the Honda. But that very wide line has dropped him back a few lengths from where he needs to be. 21, Bernard Heingelli. There he is, having a look around the outside. And number 4 there is Mauro Mastrelli, another Italian, and unsurprisingly perhaps another Ducati. So the leader, Vasquez, on his Ducati. And Javira in second place for Honda. And these 2 really pulling away very quickly indeed in the opening going. And a great sound those machines make. Marvellous noise, the twin. And as you can see, a real surfeit of power. Just pops the wheel under acceleration. And I don't know about you, but I don't think he looks entirely happy. Not even slightly happy with his machine. Clearly some sort of mechanical problem for Estacio Javira. And the Honda out of it after just 10 of the scheduled 26 laps. But that's no reason to relax, because the number 1 machine, Honda of Idalio Javira, Estacio's brother and the reigning champion, is closing in hard on David Vasquez. And as they get in among the back markers, 26 there, Rui Jorge Regoto. This is the time for incisive riding among what little traffic there is to make sure you don't lose any of your momentum. Not quite so critical perhaps on these larger, more powerful machines as on the 250s and particularly the 125s. But still, you work a long time to build up a second's advantage, and not being able to get past a bike in a slow corner, you can lose it all in one hit. But Vasquez with no such problems, and pops the wheel across the line to take the first Superbike win. And seems rather happy with himself. Well, one of the two Mobil 1 Team Hondas finished. Whatever the problem was with Stacio Gavira, I don't know, but certainly David Vázquez looks very happy with himself indeed. So that's the way they finish then. Third position for Bernard Angeli on his Honda, Marco Bonelli and Giovanni Busset, 5th and 6th for Honda. Well, we'll be back next time out of the box.